All right, what is up, everyone? OJ here, and I think my mic is a bit low. Let me double check for you guys. I thought I checked my mic before we went live, but yeah, it's actually low. So let's go ahead and turn this up. All right. All right, let's redo this. Okay, now that should be a lot better. All right, what's up, everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another PE Live. Today we have went a little bit early. Saturdays and Sundays we do go early for the international users out there and to kind of catch everybody before the NFL game. So it's kind of like games and football for a lot of people who follow that. So if you don't follow NFL, then it doesn't matter. Then it's just games for you. But anyway, we're not going to be talking about the NFL today. Because my 49ers are officially done for the season. So I will refrain from talking about anything NFL because our starting quarterback's name is CJ Beathard. Is it CJ Beathard? Is it I don't even is it CJ? I think it's CJ Beathard. Beathard. That's our starting quarterback. We know we just got done paying a guy $120-something million with like a lot of it guaranteed, and he decides to run head up against the safety and hurt his freaking ACL, and now he's out for the year because he decided to run head first into a charging free safety. Yeah, that's what the 49ers quarterback did this season. What type of idiot? Okay, I'm going to stop. What's up to everybody here? How's everybody doing today? My name is OJ. Welcome to another PE Live. The 49ers suck. They're going to suck this year again. But anyway, how's everybody doing today? We've got a packed house. We've already got nearly 100 people in here. So I'm really appreciating you guys coming out, showing us the love early. Here in the West Coast, it's not even past 10 o'clock yet. So I know some people were saying I have to go. I think one guy was like, oh yeah, I have to go to sleep soon. And I was like, bro, where in the world are you? Where in the world are you? If it's 9:49 a.m. where I'm at right now. It's 9:49 a.m. So shout outs to the International Essence. I tried, man. I try to do it as early as possible. The time zones just don't match up, dude. For some people, at least. For some people. So shout outs. Shout outs to everybody who's been able to come over to the stream. Let me go ahead and give my shout outs to everybody that's in the stream here. So let's go ahead and let's start off here. So shout outs to El Chuba. Shout outs to Elite Ninja El Chuba. Thank you so much. Mo, what's good? Universal One, shout out to Elite Ninja Universal One. Good to see you here, man. Unknown Echo, Sean Diamond, what's good? Elite Ninja Sean Diamond, Elite Ninja, my boy, switch to PC. How you doing, man? FJ21, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you in another one of the streams, man. You have one more month of your membership. First of all, I appreciate your support with the sponsorship of the channel, but you have one more month, and then your badge actually changes to that nice, sexy Mac-Q Sharingan. So shout outs. Dank Beam Center, Rufus. Shout outs to Elite Ninja Rufus. I think you're about, yeah. Oh no, 2 months. Okay. So you still got about 4 more months till you get another one. Let's see. Dank Beam Center, once again. Hylian Bro, 91. What's good? Baker Bayfield edition. We'll see how Baker does this week, huh? PB, what's good? Kitty Michaels, how's it going? Soul Flaming Shin Megami Tensei Dragon Striker 2018. What's up, man? Let's see here. Rosalina, what's good? Be More Akuma says I'm triggered. I am triggered. Perplexed. I honestly am triggered because as somebody who's a former football player, somebody who knows the value of a quarterback, the fact that you pay somebody that many millions of dollars and he decides in a game where they're losing pretty badly, he decides to run head first instead of just running right out of bounds, which he could have just easily ran right out of bounds. He runs head first into a screaming free safety. Like the free safety pulls up and still and knocks him out, and he tears his ACL, which is just it's unacceptable from a quarterback that's getting paid $120 million of our money. Like absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely, that's you can't do what Jimmy Garoppolo did. You can't. You're getting paid $20 million a year. You can't. And now he's getting paid $20 million a year to sit down and do nothing and rehab his damn knee and not win a single game for us. Like you can't do that when you're getting paid that much money. Not if you're a backup, you're getting paid nothing, then okay, I get you. But $20 million and that's what you do? I mean, I can't. Why? What is that? What is that? What do you do for your team when you do that? I can't stand that. That was the dumbest decision I've ever seen. It was a really dumb decision. One of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen. Anyway, shout outs to Dank Beam Center, says East Coast Boys. Shout outs to Big Mo. What's good? Good. Oh, I appreciate you coming out, man. Anytime. That's why I do the weekends. Man. So you can at least check out catch it live. But yeah, if you're watching the VODs, that's good, man. Go ahead and watch the VODs. The VODs are really good. The VODs actually really help me out. So if you miss PE Live, you don't have to always watch it live. Obviously, it's called PE Live, but you don't have to. If you miss it, if you watch the VODs, that really does help me out because YouTube is being lame with my channel, and they're really they're just being lame. So watching the VODs really does help. Shout outs to Kid Ratata. Flip999. What's up, Flip Mode? Shout outs to Lead Ninja Flip Mode. Good to see you here, man. Mazillo, what's good? Party Man, how's it going, man? We should all say happy birthday to Buck Bumble. We should all say happy birthday to Buck Bumble. I know Andre is gonna be hooking me up with some equipment so we can stream Buck Bumble the 20th anniversary. So maybe we'll have a Buck Bumble stream upcoming pretty soon here. Maybe we will. Shout outs to Jaquan Evans, Universal One, Alonzo Vines, Wolf13. How's it going? Dumb Guy Gaming, Leaky Curry, Rail Marcher, what's good? Xenogun 238, what's good, man? How's it going? Blincy D, how's it going? 2:50 a.m. What the dude? In Japan or something? Must be. Nick War Little, what's good, man? How's it going? Appreciate you catching up with the videos. Yeah, you guys watch them anytime that you get the opportunity. I say bathroom's always a good time. You're in the bathroom, just go ahead and flip a video on. They're short enough. Michael O'Brien, what's good? VCIPZ, how's it going? Sean Diamond once again. Katana Riku, good to see you here, Katana Riku. Haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you here, man. Yeah, whenever you get the opportunity. Braxton, how's it going? Sokar, Elite Ninja Sokar. I knew that you're getting close. Sokar, you are 1 month away from your brand new shiny Makiku Shinigami badge. Thank you so much for the support, homie. KJ2399, how's it going? Cyber Matt, here for a few minutes before work. All right, man. Shout outs. Thank you for coming out. Drop a like if you can. I am Buck Bumble. You don't want to see my face when you're in the bathroom. You don't have to see my face. You can just turn on. You can just have your mobile phone or your tablet, and you can turn on the video, and you can just put it on your countertop and let it play there. You know, that's what I do sometimes with like Spawn Wave or some of the other guys. RGT. I'll just turn on their video. I'm in the shower, and I'll just let it play through. Get your news, or when I'm on the treadmill. That's also another good way. When I'm on the treadmill, when I'm working out, I always watch their videos. Yeah, well, you got to find time. I mean, you got to find time to do the support when you can. You know, for me, that's when I do the support. You know, because usually when I'm done with like doing my videos and all that, if I'm relaxing, like I'm watching like a live stream or something, I don't really watch a lot of set videos when I'm like not doing something else. Like I always try to get those videos in when I'm at the gym, or like I said, when I'm in the shower or something like that. Sometimes when I'm cooking, I might throw on a video when I'm cooking on the mobile phone. So, but I don't really I don't ever have to cook for very long though. That's the thing, 'cause I don't ever make complicated dishes. I make very simple, basic, low calorie foods. So frozen vegetables, heated up, chicken strips, you know, maybe the small little burritos, microwavable. I eat very normal. So yeah, shout outs. Let's see here. All right. Big pot of Bolognese? Bolognese? I don't know what that is. Bologna? I don't know what that is. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let's get into the content. I think that's enough here. 17 minutes have already went by. Shout outs to Cool Cute Club 02 that hit the subscription button about a while ago. Thank you so much. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, man. Let's go ahead and get into some of the content here. So recently, I had a video where Monolith Soft director Tetsuya Takahashi was talking about the sales of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, while he didn't give us hard sales number, we do know that as of like back in like June or July or something like that, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was almost at 1.5 million units sold. But what Takahashi had to say here was actually very encouraging for the future of Xenoblade. There could be a Xenoblade 3. And he said that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sales have exceeded expectations here in the West, in North America, and in Europe. And he also said that while it's early, Torn of the Golden Country sales have been doing really well. So in Japan, I think Torn of the Golden Country sold over 5,000 copies physical. But I think the real big thing with that was obviously the expansion pass, because you get it cheaper with the expansion pass. It's $30, which has ultimately turned up to be the greatest value, in my opinion, is the greatest value in RPG gaming is the expansion pass. I don't think there's been a better value for $30 than the expansion pass. I think this is Nintendo's best value DLC, you know, like expansion post-launch DLC. It's their best value of all time. Like out of any game that they've done, I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the best. Because I beat Torn of the Golden Country, guys, okay? I beat Torn of the Golden Country, and I didn't even 100% it. I tried to 100% it, but I don't think you can really 100% it in your first playthrough. I think that there's some things that you just can't 100% in your first playthrough. Or you can, but you would have had to known to go back and do certain things. And I clocked in at 55 hours, and I didn't waste time in the game either. It wasn't like I wasted time collecting a bunch of footage for you guys or anything like that. I did that only one time where I collected about, I think about 20 minutes of footage for videos, you know, and that was it. So it's not like I was just running around doing nothing. I was always collecting. I was always doing side quests. I was always trying to build up my affinity charts. So yeah, I did that on my first playthrough, 55 hours on my first playthrough. And that is technically DLC with the expansion pass. And that doesn't even include like all of like the battle challenges and like Shulk and Elma and Fiora and all the stuff that they gave you, all the different DLC blades. So this is probably the best value that I've ever seen in RPG gaming. Very, very good value. Had a ton of fun, beat the game this morning. I actually beat the game not even that long ago. I beat the game like around 4 a.m. my time, so it's 10, so I beat the game around 6 hours ago. And I'm not gonna spoil it, obviously, but dude, it sucks. Like, it kind of sucks. The ending is just, it's whatever. So like I said, definitely make sure you guys check it out, play it, beat it. But like I said, it's a prequel. Everybody knows it's a prequel to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So it fills in some gaps, but then it also leaves some other ones. So it's interesting. So I did beat the game, maxed out at 55 hours, but there's more stuff to do afterwards. There is a new game plus. I know some people are asking, is there new game plus in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country? There is new game plus, and there is content post game. There is content post game for you to do as well. So there you go. You 100%ed Torna. If you did, dude, congratulations, because that's a lot of stuff to do, and that's a lot of stuff to do in the game, man. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna 100% it. I'm gonna finish doing everything. If you think Torna's tedious, be more Akuma. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to 100% that game is 10 times more tedious than Torna. Torna is small scale, even compared to Xenoblade Chronicles X or Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Torna is very small scale to 100%. It's very, very small scale, because I'm almost 100% in the game, and you know, and there's nowhere near as many hours. You know, 55 hours is nothing compared to what you can put in with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to 100% that game. So so yeah. Yeah, lore is really good. I do like lore. So, kind of getting into more of the sales expectations and stuff like that. It's good to see. It's good to see Xenoblade doing so well. This is the best-selling Monolith Soft game of all time, especially if you consider the expansion pass, Torn of the Golden Country. You kind of put everything together. I think this is obviously going to do 3 million units, maybe plus, in its lifetime. When you count Torna and you count everything, the standalones and all that stuff, special editions, digital sales, it looks like it's going to do 3 million units plus when it's all said and done. Maybe even more. Maybe even more. If this game ever gets to $20, like when the Switch is still, you know, kicking and everything, it would fly off the shelves at $20. So like, or even if you put it together like a special edition, a complete edition, you put Torna and you put Xenoblade Chronicles 2 together in a pack for like 50 bucks. Like, let's say they did that next year sometime, like at the end of next year or something like that. They give you these two games together for 50 bucks. That'd be really good. Or heck, even if they charge 60 for it. But I mean, it'd be a little bit easier to sell at 50. I think it would fly off the shelves at that too. People would just pick it up for like a great RPG to play later. So it's doing really well, guys. It's doing really well, and I'm glad to see that. They also talked about how there could be a Xenoblade 3, but if there was the third option, like Tetsuya Takahashi said, he said that it would go a completely different path. So I would guess that it would be, I would think that they want to make it a modern style RPG, because like Xenoblade Chronicles is always like fantasy mixed in, you know, fantasy mixed in kind of like with old school, you know. I'm thinking they want to make it like a modern, you know, like maybe like a Final Fantasy 15, like that type of setting, to where everything looks real modern clothing wise, and like types of like vehicles, and like maybe the type of setting that it's in. And then it also has that, you know, sci-fi tech that Xenoblade always does. That's what I would guess that they would do, because they've already done like the old school kind of like Final Fantasy style with sci-fi settings. So they've already done that to death, right? Well, not to death, but they've done that a lot with Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is more modern, like city sci-fi, but it's not like modern day mixed in with sci-fi. It's like super futuristic mixed in with like sci-fi. But also mixed in with like the beginning. It's mixed in like, it's kind of like, you know, like a super sci-fi, like Xenoblade Chronicles X. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a return to what Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was. So, it'd be great, man. It'd be great. Shoutouts to FJ21. Shoutouts with the Streamlabs shimmy, becoming the top ninja for the stream. Also the top ninja for the week as well. Resets on Sundays. So shoutouts, dude. Let me go ahead and get your name up on there, and I will read off your comment in just a bit. Although if I cannot grab your, there we go. Let me go ahead and read that off here. John Paul, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? New IP. Well, they did say that they could do a new IP as well, so that's also something that they could do. Kid Rattata, they could do a new IP as well. Let me move this over. Let me make sure I get my guy up here on the leaderboard. Shout outs, dude. Thank you so much for the donation. He says, play Deathkeep combat song. All right, I will play the Deathkeep combat song. I will definitely do that for you, man. I don't know where's that from? Deathkeep? Oh, I've never heard of this game. Oh, it's a 3DO game. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. Shoutouts to FJ21 with the donation. And his request is Deathkeep Combat. So this is an old school game. Sounds good though. Let me know how it sounds, guys. Thank you to FJ for the donation. Appreciate that, homie. We got to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. What else? So what are your thoughts on this whole Xenoblade thing and what you guys are saying here, or what Takashi has been saying here? You guys excited for this? Xenogun unlikely? Xenogun? I would like either BK3 or Baten Kaitos 3. Well, Baten Kaitos would have to be Bandai Namco that have to get involved in that, you know. So that might be a little bit more complex, but maybe that's coming. Maybe that's coming. $20 would be a steal. Yeah, $20 would be a steal. $40 for both of them would be a super steal. Please no cars in Xeno. Oh, like Final Fantasy 15. No flying cars in Xeno. I think they could pull it off. I mean, I don't think it would be horrible, but yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone would like to see that too much. Fantasy sci-fi. Yeah, it's like a fantasy sci-fi, but he says something completely different. So maybe it's not a Xenoblade at all. But he said if they did do a Xenoblade 3, that would be something completely different, or they might just do a completely different new IP. So I think Monolith Soft's strengths are when they really can dig into something, like into lore and into a franchise or into a thing that they've done before. So while I'm a little worried if they do like a brand new IP, I'm a little worried, but at the same time I'm excited. Like I even said, like, yo, I would even probably play if it was like a side team, because Monolith Soft is big enough to have multiple teams working on different projects. Like I'd be completely down for like MMO as well, like a side project, not like their main next game, but I'd be completely down for like a Xenoblade universe MMO or something like that. You know, I'd be down for it as a side project. Smaller scale MMO to where you can join up in guilds, you can use characters from all the different Xenoblade universe, like you can dress them up, or you can basically have powers that they had, you know, and stuff like that, and you can fight together. Because like MMO, like if you look at Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like the original Xenoblade Chronicles, when I first saw the game, I thought it was an MMO. I thought it was a MMO for the Wii. Like when they were showing it off and stuff, like when I first started really seeing it, I thought it was an MMO, like an offline MMO or something like that. That's the first thing that I thought of, because you didn't see a lot of games like Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii. Actually, you saw almost like no games like Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii. It was the most unique, one of the most unique games, if not the most unique RPG on the Wii. And it was so unique and different. Nintendo of America didn't even think that it would sell or people would be interested in it. That's where we've come from, guys, okay? We went from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being a million seller, being one of the more popular Japanese RPGs out there in the world, to back in 2010 or whatever, or 2009 or what, when they first showed it off. I know it was like E3 2009 or something like that. They didn't even want to talk about the game, Nintendo of America, even though they did show it off at E3. Like they did show it. So, I mean, it was just, it's insane. It's so good. Let's say I hit 90% in game based on the first run. 90%? Okay. Yeah, that's probably what I'd say I'm about out. I'm hoping for a second expansion. No, there's Xenogun. There's no more second expansion. In this same interview, he says that they're done. They're done. He said this before. Torn of the Golden Country is their last bit of DLC. They're pretty much done with that. I think it's time to move on. I really think it's time to move on from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's time to move on to the next game because they've pretty much given us content, you know, for nearly a year, right? It came out in December. They did updates all the way throughout 2018, and they finished it off on a bang with Torna. I think that's enough. To hope for something more after that, I think that's a little like, okay, now you're just holding on to like your Final Fantasy 15 in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're holding on for way too long, and I think it's time to move on from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You know, and I haven't even finished all the content in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so I don't think I think for the interest of what's best for the franchise going forward and for model stuff, I think it's time to move on. You know, let's see here. Players, I think it means a new sub series. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 1/2, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and we could get X. Or Xenoblade Chronicles something else. I'll buy anything Monolith makes. Yeah, I'll buy anything they make. That's why I said I'll even buy an MMO if they made that. Or I'd even subscribe to their MMO. I mean, obviously, if I stay subscribed, it would be based on how good the game is. But I'd even do that. But I might even just stay subscribed just to support them. Monolith Soft and Intelligent Systems, they're my two favorite teams, and I want to see them succeed. And that's the reason why I'm so gung-ho on Monolith Soft and everything. But they really do make amazing games that are really unique. There's no other RPG like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country. You know, there's no other games like that, man. It blows away most of the modern RPGs out here, man. I mean, I don't think it's even close either. After playing Torna destroys Final Fantasy 15. Torna kind of destroys Dragon Quest 11, in my opinion. And I put a lot of hours into Dragon Quest 11, you know, but it's just Torna's just much better than the game. It's just much better than Dragon Quest. I know. Maybe the sales might actually reflect that somewhat. That I don't think Dragon Quest 11 has sold much more than Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so never mind. But either way, I know like the history, what people think of Dragon Quest, but I think Xenoblade Chronicles kind of crushes Dragon Quest. Shout outs to Big Mo with the dollar donation. You guys are really chipping away at that health bar. I'm about halfway down. Shout outs to you. Who will get the finishing blow though? Shout outs to Big Mo with the dollar donation through Super Chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Final Fantasy 15 is overrated in my opinion. It's not overrated because if you look at the ratings of the game is like I think like in the 80s. So the game I'd say the game is about right where it's rated, 80s, low 80s. Let's see. Yeah, same here, OJ. I thought Xeno 1 was an MMO. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought Xenoblade was an MMO as well at first. Let the Shackles be released. You know what the funny thing is? The best thing about Torn of the Golden Country is that like Shackle Blade is nowhere near as devastating as it used to be. Because because now that you can use your blades as actual like somewhat drivers, you can switch between them. If you're shackled, you can just switch. So I love that about the new battle system because I freaking hate Shackle Blade. Like I freaking hate you get shackled and then you're just like, okay, I can't do anything, you know. I mean, if you have like a movement heal going, or if you have something like that to where you're moving, or you can like you evade more. But I mean, gosh, Shackle Blade sucks. And in Torn of the Golden Country, Shackle Blade's nowhere near as bad. Its effectiveness is cut in half, so that's good. So let's see how much time for their next game. I think we're gonna see their next game next year. I think we're gonna see their next game in 2019. I honestly feel that we're gonna see their next game in 2019. Yo, Mark with that Streamlabs shimmy. Shout outs to my boy Mark with no comment. He just left the $10 donation. First of all, you guys make sure you guys check out Mark's channel. Mark has been switched to PC, has been very valuable to the channel, man. Very valuable to the rebirth of players. Since he's helped me out quite a bit in multiple ways. So I'm gonna make sure that I link Mark's channel to you guys, man. He's doing really good. He has over 300 subscribers. I watch his live streams and his content when I can. Well, Mark's probably the only guy that I watch on replay sometimes because of the times it kind of interferes a little bit with mine. But so I watch his live streams and stuff on replays. But make sure you guys check out his channel, live streaming and gaming. I'm gonna link it right here to Mark's channel. Thank you, Mark, for the $10 donation. I really appreciate that. Also becoming the boss. Mark completely knocked me out. So shout outs to Mark. You're definitely the stream boss and also top ninja for the stream. So shout outs, man. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Maybe I should call him Switch to PC. I keep on calling him Mark. I don't know if he wants me to call him Mark instead of Switch to PC. So shout outs to Switch to PC, man. I appreciate you, dude. You know I do, man. I appreciate you, man. So Num says, oh yeah, you can just switch. Exactly. Okay, Big Mo, it's all good, dude. You don't have to, like I said before, you don't have to apologize for donations, man. You don't have to apologize for that. I appreciate the support. Streamlabs doesn't work where you're at. That's okay. I appreciate you being here and you coming out to the stream and you supporting me on Twitter and things like that, man. So I appreciate that. Let's see here. What else? What else you guys got for me? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, the switching is incredibly useful. It is really useful. I think that's probably one of the best things about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torn of the Golden Country that makes me like it is how you inflict topple, how you inflict the statuses, right? Like the blade, the driver combos. I love that. That completely changes the game. The fact that you can switch between who you have, and it makes it more fulfilling. I know Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has a bunch of different blades that you can use, and I get that, but for some reason, even though there's only really 9 characters to use in Torn of the Golden Country, I feel way more fulfilled, and I feel more fun switching between the characters. Like, I'll use Adam. The only characters I don't use is, like, I don't use the tanks. Like, I don't use, like, Hugo and Bridget and Aegeon much, just because I don't like being a tank character and absorbing, like, getting just hit all the time. Although it's cool, it's actually pretty cool being a tank character. Like I've done it before, like I've tried it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'd rather use Adam or I'd rather use Laura. But even if you cut off Hugo and you cut off you know, all of them, still just using Adam, Mithra, Minoth, and using Laura, Jin, and Hayes is to me just as fulfilling as using all the different blades that you can use because of the switching and how you inflict the driver combos on that. Like, that's something that and like just how you inflict, like, let's say, like, blade combos. We've got to admit, guys, it takes a long time to inflict those blade, like, to actually get enough orbs to get a full burst combo, to get all 5, because you have to go through each one of those. You know what I'm saying? You have to go through each one of those to get one orb, whereas in Torn of the Golden Country, you basically, anytime, like, you can link up any 3 and then you get those orbs. You get 3 of those right there once you link them up 1, 2, 3. So I love this streamlined process to a full burst. Whereas, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, man, it takes a while. A lot of the enemies are just gonna die before you can even get them, or they just don't, or the AI isn't good enough for you to get all 5 in a good enough time, or just something always happens. Like, I've never gotten as many, like, in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or in Torna, you get way more full bursts, which is more satisfying and fulfilling. Like, I full bursted, you know, Malos multiple times, so that was good. That felt good. So let's see here. Let's see. Gen 1 says, player says, do you like the base game or Torna more? Torna is the best Xenoblade game that I've ever played. It's the most, and I think it's also I'm a victim of timing, or like the amount of time that I have to play games, but I love the fact that I can pretty much do everything in the game, right? The base game, and it was 55 hours. I think that's perfect for an RPG. Get everything done in about 55 hours, and then if you play again, maybe there's some extra content. Maybe it takes you around 70 to 80 hours, but I think, like, to 100% an RPG, I think that's the sweet spot. I really don't want to see RPGs to where, like, you can have, like, 300 hours or whatever and not even 100% the game. That's too much time. I mean, I get it. People love the content, and I get that, you know, but I felt that with my schedule and just being an adult, having an RPG to where I can go through and do everything 55 hours and I get most of the stuff, and then I can come back, you know, and do some more hours. I think that's perfect for an RPG. So I love the fact that Torna isn't overwhelming, you know. It's not overwhelming. It gives you just as many, it gives you enough characters to where you feel fulfilled. Like, even, like I said, even if you cut off Hugo and Aegeon and Bridget, you still have 6 fully functioning characters that you can use that all play really differently. Like Minoth, and how you use him, which is, Minoth is awesome, by the way. How you use him and the characters, and like the side quests that you do. The side quests aren't the best in Torn of the Golden Country. I mean, they're okay, but I like them because you learn a lot about the personalities of all the different characters that you have. You learn a lot about Jin. You learn a lot about Mithra. You see her, and the best thing is that you see her transformation, you know, leading up to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You see how she was at the beginning, and then you see how she was at the end, which is really cool. You see how Minoth is, how he is, and then how he is in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and you're like, wow, like you finally get to experience, like, because like Cole because he's called Cole in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, guys. So you get if you're playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 right now, the guy Cole who gives you the weapon for you to go to see the quester or to see the praetor. About this, like you actually get to use him when he was young and when he was a younger flesh eater. So to see their stories and to see everything like that has just been an amazing ride. It's been an amazing ride. It's really cool. You thought the side quests were the best in the Xenoblade series, Sean Diamond? Well, I mean, I don't think they're the best. I think there's been some other ones, but they weren't bad. I'm not trying to say like they were great, but then again, I'm not a huge side quest guy. Okay, I'm not like a huge side. Any type of side quest that don't involve combat get me a little bit like, you know. So I'm not a huge side quest guy in Xenoblade games because there's a lot of Xenoblade games where like the side quests aren't combat related, you know. So if it's not combat related, I get kind of meh on them. And Torna has a lot of non-combat related side quests or very cheeky combat related side quests. All the side quests that were combat related and like the unique enemies that you can go take out, like your own manual side quests, I love those. The affinity charts, I like those. Like doing the blade combos, if you're gonna count that as a side quest, like, you know, filling out the affinity charts, you know, I love doing all that. All that was great. All the combat related stuff. Non-combat related stuff, not so great until you get to the story parts where you learn about that. Because guys, I don't like talking simulators, you know, I don't like games like that. And some of them are like that. Oh snap! Yo! My boy, Christian Kunani is back with the Toby Blaster! And becoming the top ninja for the week. And the top ninja for this stream. Top stream ninja. So, shout outs to Christian. Yo, that freaking hit me out of nowhere. Blasted my earbuds with the Toby Blaster. Shout outs to you, man. Let's go ahead and get you up on the leaderboard here. Thank you so much, man, for the support. I do appreciate that, homie. I really do. Shout outs to the Toby Blaster. You guys give some love to Christian. $20 donation there. I am going to put his name up on here. Top Stream Ninja. And we are going to play any song. And since we're talking about Torna and we're talking about Xenoblade, we know we're going to have to play some Xenoblade music. You know we are going to play some Xenoblade music. So let's go ahead and let's get this up here. Shout outs to Christian. You guys, like I said, give him some love with the first Toby Blaster of the day. Christian Kirani, also on the Streamlabs top leaderboard there. Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate all the support, though, homies. And I appreciate the 151 people watching on a Sunday. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the support. I'm really glad that I'm able to talk to my international users as well here. Get a good stream times for you guys. So let's go ahead and let's play some Xenoblade Chronicles 2, huh? Let's play some Torna. Actually, let's play some Torna. Play something, we'll play the battle theme. Alright, so let me get you guys' opinion on this, guys. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Torna the Golden Country? No spoilers, please. What are your thoughts on Xenoblade Chronicles 2? You're allowed to lightly spoil Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just because the game's been out for so long. I mean, no direct crazy spoilers, but if you want to mention something about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you can do that just because I think it's been a while since, right? It's been 10 months since the game's launched, so I think that's enough time. So let me go to read off some of you guys' comments. Tag me at PlayerEssence or hashtag PlayerEssence. So once again, give some shout outs to Christian Kunani with the Toby Blaster donation. I think we'll see a new Microsoft game shown off next year, but released in 2020. Okay. Well, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, just to give you some background, that was announced in 2017 and released in 2017. So they might announce their game in 2019 and release it in 2019. So that's what I think they're going to do. You know, that's what I think they're going to do. But we'll have to wait and see. You never know, right? What characters you want to see in Smash? Well, we're talking about Xenoblade, so I want to see Xenoblade characters in Smash. There you go. Favorite Torna character? Mine is Minoth. My favorite Torna character is Adam. I love Adam and Laura. Those are my two favorites. But I mean, it's hard for me to pick. I really do like Hugo as well. But I like all of them. They're all really good. I like Jin. I like Mithra. I like all of them. I like all of them. But Adam is really, Adam is definitely one of my favorites. Favorites there. So, but yeah, Minoth is really cool too. Minoth is really cool. VCIPZ says, player, since I love Xenoblade, I started with Torna. Should I jump into 1, then X, then 2, or 1, then 2, then X when I'm done with Torna. When you're done with Torna, you should go right into Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And then after you're done with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you should go into Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and then you can get into X. But dude, that's going to take you a very long time. By the time that you do that, there'll probably be Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 will probably be on the Switch in some way, shape, or form. You know, or Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles X. Because that's going to take you a long time to get through all of those. But you should jump right into 2. Don't wait, because then you're going to forget things. Don't wait. Jump right into 2. After, if Torna's your first one, jump right into 2 afterwards. Because once you beat Torna, Torna leads right into 2, you know? Torna leads right into that. So you're going to want to hop onto that. You're not going to want to wait, you know? Because if you play Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2, they take place, like, in the same thingy, but they're not, like, thingy together. I don't want to spoil anything. Adam or Rex? Adam. Definitely Adam. Adam's outfit is a lot. Adam, and part of it is Adam's outfit. Oh, snap. Shoutouts to... Okay, we've definitely got a Nigerian name here. And my mom would kill me if I mispronounced this name. I think it's Nigerian at least. Okechukwu, Enue, and I think I pronounced that right. Shoutouts to you, man. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Or I think it's a Nigerian name. It has to be. Shoutouts, man. I'm Nigerian as well. He says, love the content. Keep up the good work. Can you do a stream where you talk about YouTube content and its entirety? Also, how you started and what it took you to get where you are today. Also, tips on what kinds of equipment you should use for us beginners. Yeah, actually, that's something that I plan on doing. Would you guys like a weekend stream? I think that like a Saturday stream where I do that. Like, because I think during the week it might be a little tough. Because like there's a lot of news during the weekend or the week. But I think like a weekend Saturday or Sunday stream where I talk about, starting up YouTube. Because a lot of you guys are starting to start up YouTube. A lot of you guys are telling me, hey, I'm starting up YouTube. I want to start YouTube. Like, how do I make like passive income? Like I don't want this to be my full-time job, but I want to make passive income off YouTube, or I want to, just get started. I want to get some subscribers, build a base. I want to play games. Like some people want to do it just for the love of gaming. So yeah, I think like a Saturday or a Sunday would be good for that. So yeah, I can do that probably like next week, dude. But shout outs, absolutely. Absolutely. But thank you for the $10 donation. I really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. Let's see here. What else do you guys have? Be More Kuma says, oh boy, wait till the Tales of Vesperia drops. You're not going to 100% that in 55 hours. Yeah, but I don't 100% Tales games. That's the thing. Yo, shout outs to Jonathan, man. Hopefully you're okay. He said right after typhoon hitting Japan. Okay. You're in my prayers, my guy. Jonathan, be safe out there, man. Be safe out there. El Chupacabra says, my team Hugo is built on agility, so I love playing as them. Well, yeah, because you evade everything, which is cool. It's cool. I just don't like enemies targeting me all the time. That's all. I like going by people and backstabbing them, like with that. Or I like being able to, start a combo, launch a combo and everything, like with Adam, and then like smash with Mithra. Shout outs to Craig Glover with the $5. It says some dollars for your pockets. Some dollars for your pockets. $5 donation. It says some dollars for your pockets. Keep up the great work, OJ. Great to see a stream early in the UK. Greetings from Birmingham. Shout outs, man. Thank you so much. Double thumbs up, man. Thank you so much. Shout outs to the UK users out there. I'm doing this for the international guys. And as you can tell, I'm hyped up and I'm ready to go. So I'm not just doing this just to do it. I actually feel really good, guys. I feel really great. I had a really good week of working out this week, and I think that's why. That's why I feel so good. And I've had pizza multiple times this week, so that's another reason why I feel good. Pizza is my soul food, man. It keeps me going. Shout outs to Avedon. Avedon with the $2 donation. And he says, what up? I'm back, homie. Music, Xenoblade 2 counterattack. Also, smash that like button. Thank you so much, Avedon. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys check out my boy Avedon's channel as well. Just hit 1,000 subscribers for Avedon. So Avedon, go ahead and link your channel, my boy. If you like my channel, you shout like his channel as well. So shout outs. So yeah, we'll have a little YouTube workshop. Next week. How does you guys want to do that Sunday next week? Sunday or Saturday next week, guys? And then we'll get back on Torna. You guys let me know. I'll have a post on the community. How about this? I'll have a post on the community page where you guys can vote. Next Saturday or Sunday, we'll have a YouTube workshop, right? For people who want to dabble into YouTube. Nothing crazy, obviously. Nothing like to where, you're become like a next Spawn wave or anything like that, because becoming something like that is completely, like, that's hard. But like, you know, just kind of dabbling in, getting a couple hundred subscribers, getting to your first 1,000. How about that? So we'll have a post on the community page, and you guys can vote Saturday or Sunday next week. We can do that. All right, so we're gonna play some more music here. From Abaddon, he says, counterattack from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I will play a bonus song for you guys for all the love today as well. Afterwards, I will play a bonus song from the Xenoblade franchise. All right, so shout outs to Nightbot with our premium t-shirts. You guys make sure you guys check out our merch as well. We do have some premium t-shirts, some great stuff there. So check it out if you're interested in that. We also have like mugs and bags and other stuff like that too. So make sure you guys check out the channel or check out the merch shop as well. Sorry, I'm in the Torna dub. Hugo was very dope with his accent. Well, yeah, I actually played Torna the Golden Country with the English voices. I think Torna the Golden Country, I think the voice acting is better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Absolutely. I think Adam and Hugo and, you know, all the main, like the voices like Aegeon, I think they're very, very good. And I think they're awesome. I have no problem with the Japanese voices either. I have no problem with the English. I think the English voices were better in Torna than they were in Xenoblade 2. Mainly because Laura has a better voice actor than Rex. I think that's one of the main reasons too. But Amalthus is terrible, by the way. You know, like Amalthus's English voice actor for Torna is horrible. He's really bad. If I can change him to Japanese and everybody, like he's not very good at all. But then again, I think it's intentional, his voice. I really think that's intentional, like how stoic and monotone and like, okay, all right. I think that's supposed to be how he was, but it doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound great. Yes, I'm definitely Nigerian, 100%. But I was born and raised here in America, though. Xenoblade 1 is way better than 2, bro. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Let's see. He's straight up dead on the inside in Torna. Yeah, he is. Exactly. Exactly. And Torna the Golden Country crushes Xenoblade Chronicles 1, in my opinion. Xenoblade Chronicles 1, people are so addicted to that game because of Shulk and the story. But combat-wise, like what you can do within the combat, the only thing that's potentially arguably better, in my opinion, is story progression. That's about it. And people's affinity for Shulk. Tell me, shout outs to PhD. Says, donated $5. My boy PhD says, tell me why you think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is better than 1. Shout out for your boy. Shout outs to PhD Place. The reason why, like I said, is that the combat in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is better than Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And the reason why I think it's better is because I'm way more, like I like Pokemon, right? And anytime an RPG really uses elements to play a part into the battle system, that automatically gains points. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 has elements, but nowhere near like the fire, the whatever, all that stuff that they have, like fire, water, wind, all of that stuff, how they play it in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So that's a big step up from the battle system. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is just less complex, which less complex necessarily isn't bad, but I think the perfect version of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is Torna the Golden Country. So if we're counting Torna the Golden Country in this whole discussion, I think Torna the Golden Country is better than 2 and better than 1. But Torna the Golden Country is an offset of 2, you know? It's within the 2's universe. So I feel that the battle system that Xenoblade 2 laid the groundwork for Torna, and I feel that Torna's battle system crushes 1, and to a degree is way better than 2's. So that's the reason why I think it's better. Story is story. And I get it. Story, people love story, and I get that. But I don't feel that the stories is so much better in 1 to overlap what Xenoblade Chronicles 2's battle system did for the franchise going forward. I don't feel that it's that much better. Yes, it's better, but I don't feel that it's so much better that it overlaps with what Xenoblade Chronicles 2 battle system did, and especially what Torna does. Torna's, I mean, come on, realistically speaking, Torna's battle system crushes Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Let's just be real here. The first time you break somebody with Laura, you freaking switch the Jin, topple them, all of a sudden Adam freaking launches them into the air, and then they automatically switch to freaking Mithra, and she smashes them down to the ground. Freaking health potions come flying out. You know what I'm saying? Items come flying out from there. That is a feeling that you just don't get. And it has the chain attacks like Xenoblade Chronicles 1. It has everything Xenoblade Chronicles 1 has in combat, and then some. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is the basis. It's the building block. It's the first thing. But Torna, which is part of Xenoblade 2, just crushes it. There's no comparison, guys. Come on here. Come on now. The driver combos are way too satisfying. And then the elements, like getting a full burst, breaking orbs, getting the full burst. I mean, it's just, you're hanging on to Shulk. That's really what you're doing. You're fetishing and hanging on to Shulk. And that's the main reason why people say it's better. It's not because of the combat. We all know the combat's better in 2 and Torna than Xenoblade 1. That is apparent. It has everything Xenoblade 1 has and then some. So we all know it's better. What you're hanging on to is Shulk. That's really what you're hanging on to. Which is fine. But Shulk doesn't beat the actual combat, you know? Shulk doesn't beat the actual combat. So no, I'm gonna sit here and say Xenoblade Chronicles 1 doesn't beat 2, and sure as hell doesn't beat Torna. No way. So yeah, your donation did pop up. I got you, my guy. Yeah, exactly. El Chuba says it right here. It's nostalgia and Shulk that people think Xeno 1. If you go back and play Xeno 1, go back and play Xeno 1. If you go back and play Xeno 1 and then you compare that to Torna, I can't see how anybody would think Xenoblade 1's combat is like, the only thing that I can think of is I like Shulk more. I like the story more, and that's it. I can't think of the actual combat, but the story in Torna is really good. I think the story in Torna is really, I don't have some type of crazy fetish for Shulk. I like Shulk. I think Shulk is great, but I don't have any type of affinity to override gameplay mechanics and override what they did because I love Shulk the most and because I love the original story of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which I do think Xenoblade Chronicles 1 does have. I don't think it has a better story than Torna, but I think it has a better. I don't think it has a better story than Xenoblade Chronicles 2 overall, but I think that I see when people say that they like the story more. I get that, you know, I get it. But like I said, I've beat Xenoblade Chronicles 1 multiple times. I've beat it 3 times. I beat it once on the Wii. I beat it once on the new Nintendo 3DS, and then I also beat it on my PC in HD. Like I, did the texture pack and I beat it there as well. And it's great. It's great. It's a great story, and it's fantastic. But I don't think it beats Xenoblade 2 in the combat and all that and what you can do in that game. So yeah, that's my opinion. I don't think the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 voice acting doesn't, like I said, voice acting doesn't make a game. Once again, voice acting doesn't make a game better than another game. If you want, you can just turn on the Japanese voices, and then Rex's Japanese voice is all of a sudden much better. So once again, that's a cop out to try to say that Xenoblade 1 is better by saying voice acting. It's really, really subjective. Like you can't say like, okay, well, you have like a topple, you have a smash, like you have new gameplay elements. Like you can say, oh, well, the voicing, that's super subjective. And like I said, I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I played it in English and I beat it, and I've listened to a lot of the Japanese voice tracks. So and it's just voices, you know what I'm saying? That's not the actual game, it's voices. Rex's voice can be good. Turn on Japanese voices, all of a sudden his voice is much more passionate and good. So voices aren't a reason why Xenoblade 1 is better. That's a silly reason for a game to be better. Oh, because of Rex's voice. It's not as good because of Rex's voice. It's like, come on. Like, come on. Are we sitting here and saying the game's better because of Rex's voice? Come on now. That's silly. That's silly. Shout outs to Crit Astro says, what's up, OJ? Speaking of music, what's your top 10 or 5 songs from any Nintendo game you want to see in Smash Ultimate? I don't really care too much about that. That stuff is like, whatever music they put in is fine. I don't have like a top 5 music. I mean, whatever they put in, I'll be happy with. I like the medleys a lot, like the Mega Man 2 medley, the Xenoblade medley. So as long as they have medleys and they have good stuff, I'm happy with that. So yeah. Yo, yo, why'd you use Streamlabs? Why didn't you use Streamlabs again? That would have been a Toby Blaster. Shoutouts to Ogichuku and Enwi. Shoutouts, man. Why did you donate it? Wait a minute, you just asked the same question, dude. Oh, hold up, wait, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Shoutouts to for the gold super chat. Almost Toby Blaster. I don't know what to classify that. It pops up as gold in my chat. So shout outs, dude. Thank you so much. And he or she says, I think it's he, says, love your content. Can you do a stream where you talk about how you started YouTube and got to where you are today? Yeah, I talked about that. Yeah, you donated again for the same thing. But he says also tips and equipment for beginners should use. Yeah, definitely. I can do that. We'll have a post up on the community page. You already donated for that, so I appreciate that for the double donation. This is also, do you watch anime? If so, which is your fave? Yeah, I do watch anime. If you look at my channel, it's definitely anime based. It's Naruto, my cover art or my banner art and all that. It's Naruto. And my favorite anime is, I mean, it's hard for me to say exactly which one's my favorite, but I mean, like, I'll just give you some of my favorites are Naruto Shippuden, Boruto, My Hero. Also, what else? Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Kai, not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Kai, where they kind of shorten down everything. Dragon Ball Kai crushes Dragon Ball Z. So Dragon Ball Kai, Naruto Shippuden, Boruto, My Hero, Vampire Hunter D, old school, Tenchi Muyo, old school, Rurouni Kenshin, old school. What else? Gundam Wing, old school. What else? There's a lot of great animes. Outlaw Star, another old school anime that I really like. There's just a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good animes out there. Death Note is another anime that I really like. Soul Eater is another anime that I really like. Bleach is another anime that I really like. So there's a lot of them. But I mean, if my tops are probably like Naruto, Boruto, My Hero, and Dragon Ball Kai, and Dragon Ball Super. All right. But yeah, shout outs. Thank you so much. I appreciate another donation. I really do appreciate that. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to sit there and disagree. I don't think storytelling is greater than combat. No, I disagree heavily because if you put together all the story elements in all the games, that is less than like a few hours, right? Story elements, like main cutscenes and all that. Most of what you're doing in a game is about the combat, is about playing. That's what a game is about. It's about playing and enjoying the gameplay, not necessarily sitting there and watching the story. So I get that for you, story is better, but I heavily disagree. Combat is one of the biggest priorities to me. You can have a okay story, but amazing combat, and the game is better to me than a game that has an amazing story and subpar or okay combat. You need to have amazing combat. To me, amazing combat has to be is one of the biggest driving factors. And like I said, I don't think Xenoblade Chronicles 1 story is so much better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torna to where it overrides the better combat. Hell no. I can't. And I think a lot of Xenoblade fans also feel the same way. I mean, obviously you're looking at how many people are snapping up the DLC and all that stuff, but I don't think storytelling in these games I don't think Xenoblade Chronicles 1 storytelling. Like, there's nothing that you can sit here and say, Glorified Potato, that's going to sit here and make me say that, oh my God, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 story is so much better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torn of the Golden. There's nothing that you're going to sit here and say, because the story is subjective, whereas the combat you can see. You can literally see the combat improvements that are vastly improved from Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Where story, voice acting, really subjective on those things. You could really like the fact that the rare blades. Somebody could think that rare blades are the greatest thing, and a story based around rare blades is way better than a story based on what Xenoblade Chronicles 1 does. Whereas you can clearly see the combat improvements from Xenoblade Chronicles 1 to 2 and to Torna. You can see that it's like factual. Like, yes, you can do everything you did in that game and then some, whereas story is super subjective. So I'm never going to sit here and agree when people start to say, oh, well, this story is way better. I'm like, well, subjective. However, breaking, toppling, launching, then smashing somebody. You can't do that in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. That's fact. You can break them, you can topple them, but you can't launch them, you can't smash them, you can't break elemental orbs, you can't full burst combo them. You can't do that stuff in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. So that's the reason why I'm never going to be, like, I'm never really going to, whether I'm on the side of one game or another, I'm never going to sit there and full burst onto story as, oh, well, this is the reason why it's better because of the story. Because, like, story's way too, in my opinion, story's way too subjective to sit there and say this game's better, even though the combat's nowhere near as good. This game's better because of the story. But that, like I said, that's just my thought process on games, because story is way too subjective. Like, I honestly feel that the whole story of Rare Blades is, like, I like Rare Blades. I like that setup more than what they have. So to me, I personally like the story more in 2 and Torna. I like Mithra and Pyra more than pretty much anybody in Xenoblade 1 for the most part. I like that story. I like Malos. I like Malos. Malos is just, in my opinion, like I said, this is completely subjective. I'm not saying that this is the reason why, but Malos is just so much better. Like, Malos is so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, his voice, and you want to talk about voice acting. Malos' English voice actor is freaking amazing. He sounds like the biggest douchebag. He's like the biggest douchebag, but then again, you love him at the same time. Like, his talk back and forth with Mithra, especially in Torna, is epic. It's legendary. The trash talk that he does, like how he acts, is just so much better for me, story-wise, than anything in Xenoblade 1 from my standpoint, because Xenoblade 1 was a little too much, like, mechy and not enough, like, person-y with, like, a main, like, villain person-y, you know? Having Malos there was just amazing, dude. But anyway, that's just my thought process. Obviously, you're free to think whatever you want. Shout outs to Vizion with the $5 donation. Says thank you for the Torna win, first Xeno game. Yeah, absolutely. If you're starting off with Torna, you're doing yourself a favor. You're in for a treat. It's very, very good. Very good. Very good. Thank you for the $5 donation. Also, shout outs to Eric Popowich with the $5 donation through Super Chat. Says, my girlfriend says I watch your streams too much. Oh, well, Ninja Village. First of all, tell Ms. Popowich, or maybe future Ms. Popowich, I don't know, that we don't want to take you away from her, but she can join in and watch the streams as well. We definitely want anybody here, families, girlfriends, boyfriends, wives, kids, you know, bring them all here. So she's welcome to the village. She's a very valuable member as well. So tell her she can watch the streams too. She can watch as well, man. But yeah, but that's my thought process. I've been rambling for a while, so let me read off some of you guys' comments, okay? Have I watched the My Hero movie? I haven't watched the My Hero movie yet. Yu Yu Hakusho is actually one of my favorites as well. I can't believe that I forgot Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho is in the upper echelon of animes to me. It's one of the best of all time, as well. Well, Glorified Potato, that is subjective. For you to say, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people to tell you that the combat is garbage in Final Fantasy VI. That is something that you are not going to hear a lot of people say. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VI's combat was garbage. You're not going to hear a lot of people say that. I think a lot of people are going to say, no, Final Fantasy VI's combat is actually pretty good. So I'm gonna have to largely disagree with you on that, and I think many people would disagree with you. But then again, Glorified Potato, I think the type of person that you are, you have really ridiculous, or like, I'm not gonna say ridiculous, but like really brash opinions in one way or another. For you to say Final Fantasy VI's combat is garbage is just, I think that's a testament to what I think that's factual what I just said, that you have really outlandish opinions, because most people aren't gonna sit here and say Final Fantasy VI's combat is garbage. That's I disagree. I 100% disagree with that. I think that's a false statement. It's subjective, obviously. It's an opinion, so I can't sit here and say that it's 100% true, but I can't sit here and say, I can't sit here and agree. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VI's combat is garbage. No way. no way. No way, dude. No way. Let's see. I think you mean Xenoblade 1 is too mechy, while Xenoblade 2 is super. Oh god, I'm not gonna read that. Malos is dope, man. Yeah, Malos is dope. That's the thing, and I think that's what makes the story really good in Xenoblade 2 is Malos, Mithra, and what they've done with Blades, humans, Titans. That relationship between Blades, humans, and Titans is the basis of the story. And if you like that concept more than, you know, humans and I'm trying to not spoil Xenoblade 1, humans and mechy things from someone that's doing things, you know, then even if Xenoblade 1 has better story progression or whatever, you're going to like Xenoblade Chronicles 2's story more. So that's the reason why I say when people start to compare story elements, I'm like, it's subjective. Like, let's compare combat and see what game is better. You know, and yes, combat can be subjective too, but there's factual things within combat. Xenoblade 1, there's no full burst like breaking orbs. That's fact. You can do the same chain attacks, but there's no full bursting orbs. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you can break, topple, launch, then smash. You can't do that in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. You know what I'm saying? In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there's X amount of characters that you can use. There's more characters that you can use, more strategy options that you can use, you know? So that's the only thing that I like to compare, like, the facts when it comes to it. Story is like story. It's like, it's super subjective. Like, if Malice is your favorite character of all time, you're probably going to think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has a better story. If Malice and Mithra are your favorites and you love that, if you love Titans, then you're gonna. I mean, it's too subjective. It's too subjective with story. So that's the reason why I don't really like even when I do reviews, do I ever talk about story much and why a game is better than the other game? No. Even when I've been on the Spawncast, when people tell me, well, why do you think Torn is the best one of all time? I'm like, the gameplay. I don't talk about story because story is super subjective. Unless the story is absolute like utter garbage to the point to where you can't follow it. You don't know what's going on. The voice actors are all terrible. It's just like, it doesn't make sense. Then I got you. But if the story just needs to be coherent, it needs to be engaging. It needs to keep my attention. And once it meets that minimum threshold, it doesn't matter to me. There's a minimum threshold for story before it doesn't matter to me when comparing two games. And both Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2 have met the minimum threshold for a good story. So however much better Xenoblade 1 story is, it doesn't matter. Xenoblade 2 has already met the minimum threshold. Now, what's important for me is combat. Because that's what you're doing. You're playing. You're not watching cutscenes. This isn't Beyond Two Souls. This isn't Detroit. This is not a movie game. It's a gamer's game, you know? You're going to be playing the game most of the time, not watching cutscenes. The cutscenes in Torna, they barely last like, what, an hour? I mean, I think Torna has less than an hour of cutscenes, maybe. They're really short, you know? And same thing with Xenoblade 2. It doesn't have a ton of different, like, if you go to the event viewer, there's not like, there's other games that have way more story cutscenes, like, you know. So to me, there's only a minimum threshold, and Xenoblade 2, all the Xenoblade games have pretty much met that minimum threshold. Then it really comes down to combat from there. Yeah, Nova Bushido says, I really don't like to compare any Xeno games. They are all different and focus on different things. All very good. That's true. They are all very good. Jonas Erickson says, I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I feel like it's been a young teenage boys in mind. I can't really play it with my daughter around like I could with Breath of the Wild or perhaps Dragon Quest. I don't know why. There's no problem with playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with your daughter around. I mean, there's a little bit of like, you know, sexually suggestive things, but nothing too crazy. There's no nudity. I mean, like the worst thing in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the joke about one-eyed monster, maybe. I mean, that's about it. I mean, I know Mithra and Pyra are kind of half naked running around, but I mean, it's not that bad. But I mean, I see what you're trying to say, but I mean, I don't think it's like, I mean, it's just a woman's body. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's just a woman's body. That's really what it is. It's not like it's pornographic or anything, you know? But then again, like I said, you know, I'm not trying to see how I mean, obviously you're raising I got a daughter myself, you know, so I'm not trying to sit here and tell you how to raise your daughter or what you want her to see or what you want her to not see. But I don't think it's anything too crazy, you know, from my standpoint. I mean, yeah, it's just the sleeping scene, but it's not anything too, like I said, it's not anything too crazy. That's the thing. It's not anything too crazy. Like, the jiggle physics aren't that bad. They're not that bad compared to like other games. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to like the old school Dead or Alive or anything like that. I don't think it's too bad to where it's like, for me at least, like I said, for me parenting, I don't think it's too bad to where my daughter's 6 to where she couldn't see the hot spring scene, or she couldn't see, you know, something like that. Like I said, but I understand. I get it. I get it. Some parents don't want their kids to see that. But I don't think it's anything too bad to where, like it's not like Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where it's like that. But that's, like I said, that's just me. That's just me. Everybody has their own parenting styles, you know. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has 13 hours of main story cutscenes. Torrent has 2.5 hours. That's a good amount, but that's still like it's a lot, but it's not like Retorna. That's not like a ton, you know. Not like a ton. Your daughter played. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. If she's 15 years old, then she played Xenoblade Chronicles. First of all, let me just say something, M. Williams. If your daughter beat Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to completion, you have done a damn good job at raising your daughter. Let me just tell you that right now. Like, you have done, and I salute you to being. You should win freaking Dad of the Year. If a 15-year-old girl is beating Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to completion, bro, I can only bask in your dadliness. I mean, I need to give me some tips. I mean, I can only pray that my daughter will ever get to that point. I don't know if she will. I don't think she's into, like, I've tried to get her into games. I mean, she's beat Super Mario 3D World, but I mean, I think maybe when she gets older, I can work on some of those other games, but salutes to you, man. You are doing a freaking good job raising your daughter, dude. Jesus. That is a good dad right there. That is a very good dad. Shout out to Seth Miller with the subscription. I appreciate that. So yeah, you're doing a good job, man. You're raising a fine, you know, outstanding young lady. So shout outs to you. And I'm not saying that to be joking around, even though it sounds like it, but I'm dead serious. You're raising a good girl, man. Good job, man. Good job, dude. Dad of the Year right there. M. Williams, Dad of the Year. Go to Thunder says, yo, OJ, you're like completely different on Twitter. Not really. People don't you can't express subtle things on Twitter. Even though I use LOLs and I use other stuff. You can't express that on Twitter. How I am on here is exactly how I am on Twitter, to be honest. Like, I'll say silly things, or I'll kind of bash or do certain stuff, but you see my face. You see what I'm saying. You can see like sarcasm or stuff like that. On Twitter, you can't do that on Twitter. So I'm actually exactly the same on Twitter as I am here. Although I'm toning it down on Twitter because it's too hard to convey like certain things, you know, via Twitter. It's way too hard, and people get too sensitive towards things. So I'm not gonna get myself involved in stuff like that anymore on Twitter. But yeah, people interpret things way too differently. Like, for example, I can sit here and say, you know, man, everyone else is trash at video games. I'm the best. I can say that right now, right? And obviously, you guys can tell by my facial expressions, by me saying the way that I'm saying it with the smug, like, joking, like, confidence, right, man? You guys are all trash, right, at video games. All you guys suck. You guys are haters. All you guys suck. Like when I said this show, like for example, if you watched the Spawncast last night, I was like, man, like, all of you guys are haters. Each and every single one of you guys are haters. Like, when the whole Game Awards thing, if I said the same thing on Twitter, people would be like, what are you talking about? He's just trying to give criticism, like constructive criticism. People would say something completely different to me. Whereas when I'm on the Spawncast, I can convey you see my face. I can convey things. Like, there's subtle things within body language that you can do on live that you can. I'm actually completely the same. Anybody who watches my live streams, I'm completely the same. It's just people don't understand that via Twitter. You know, I'm a communication major, you know? So I think to a fault and to a benefit, I probably should have known how Twitter would react to certain things compared to, like, I mean everything the way that I mean things on here. But I try to convey that on Twitter, and it doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work. So that's why I say screw Twitter. You know, that's why I say, like, I'm kind of done with Twitter, because people are way too oversensitive. People get way too mad on things. Like, people sit there, they'll literally make up stuff. They'll make up things and try to sit there and fandangle you into certain ways. And you said this when you didn't say that, or you thought this when you didn't think that, you meant this when no, I didn't say that, or I didn't mean that. So I'm kind of done with Twitter. Like, trying to be like funny and stuff. Like, try to be funny on Twitter, or try to be thoughtful is almost impossible with how people react on Twitter these days. So no, Go to Thunder. I'm actually not. You just don't know me, to be honest, bro. Let's see here. Tetsumo destroys me in edits. Yeah. You got to record small videos on Twitter instead of typing. Screw that. Twitter's not even worth me recording small videos. It's not even worth me recording that. That's not even worth my time. Cool. You see 2 a.m. Yo, Paul Griffin, 2 a.m. dude. Jesus, man. Shout outs, dude. Thank you for coming out to the stream. It's been an hour 18, guys, and we didn't even get. We'll get into Shenmue real quick. I know the football games have already started, so I don't want to keep you guys too much from football. But let's go ahead and let's get into Shenmue. So Sega has left the door open for Shenmue 1 and 2 to be on the Nintendo Switch. In an interview with 4Gamer, they said that they're thinking about what the fans are saying, and they're regarding feedback and all that. I'll tell you guys right now, like, Shenmue 1 and 2 are probably going to come to the Switch, guys. Shenmue 1 and 2 and 3 eventually will probably all end up on Switch at some point. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know who's going to help her do it. I don't know what team's going to do it, but all those games are probably going to end up on Switch. What they're saying here is essentially like, we're going to do it. Obviously, they see that the Switch, it's portable. They know that gamers want it, and there's money to be made because Shenmue 1 and 2, the HD collection, didn't sell great on PS4 and Xbox One and PC. It wasn't like because it's obviously they're old games, but Shenmue doesn't play that great in today's age. Unless you really like Shenmue, it's not really a great playing game in my opinion. From what I've seen and from what the little I've played, it doesn't really play that great. But it's still there for people who want it. And the story's good. People like the story. And you want to talk about voice acting being not good. You think Rex's voice actor is bad? Oh, wow. Watch Shenmue. Anyway, play Shenmue. But anyway, so yeah, I think Shenmue 1 and 2 are coming, and I think 3 will come eventually. It's just Sega's, they're gonna port it eventually. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But anyway, take it easy. I think somebody's leaving. Dragon Gamer, take it easy, Dragon Gamer. Thanks for coming out to the stream, man. So why can we get Shenmue but not Yakuza? Well, I think the developers already talked about Yakuza, Solo Watson. Developer said that Yakuza 1 and 2, the HD collection, came to the Wii U and it didn't do well. So that was one of the reasons why they don't really want to go back towards Nintendo again. Was because that's what the Yakuza producer said. Basing the future of your franchise on how well Yakuza HD 1 and 2, two PS2 games did years after release, and cheaper on the other systems, on one of the biggest flop systems of all time, Nintendo's biggest flopped main system of all time, basing your future on that is kind of stupid, but that's just my thought process. He's thinking obviously something different. So if he wants to fandangle in Yakuza for PlayStation only, that's fine. I don't really care. That's good for him, dude. Or it's on PC too, right? Yakuza comes to PC, so I don't really care. I've played Yakuza. I don't really think Yakuza's that great. I don't really think Shenmue's that great, to be honest. I don't think either one of those are that great. So whether they come or not is not my problem. And I'm not going to sit here and port beg or cry for Yakuza and Shenmue. Like, I don't give a damn. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 destroys both of them. That's my thought process. Sorry, not to step on anybody's feelings for those games, but I don't think those games are that great. So if he wants to bring him over, bring him over. If he doesn't, nobody's crying a river, in my opinion. We ain't got Justin Timberlake over here on the Switch side. So like I said this before, the developers, you bring it or you don't. I ain't sitting here. I ain't crying for your game. I ain't port begging. I ain't give me Yakuza, give me shit. Like, bruh, bring it over if you want to or not. Ain't nobody crying for your game. Your games aren't that great. They're not that great. They're okay, but they're not that great. Like, and if I really wanted to play them, I could play them on my PS4 and my Xbox One, but they're not that great. So, like I said, not to hate on. I'm just giving my personal. Let's separate this, okay? So, my personal opinion. That doesn't mean it's factual, okay? Because I realize that people love those games. But I'm not going to sit here and cry. Like, when people make interviews like this and, oh, well, we should tell the developer. No, I ain't going to tell the developer nothing. I ain't going to tell him nothing. You know what I already told the developer? Hey, look. I've got a Switch. You want to sell your game? I'm the consumer. I'll consider it if you put it on the system that I want it on. Like I said, this is a supermarket, guys. We're not the supermarket, or we're not the ones doing the selling. We're the ones doing the buying. We should never have to sit there and say, please, 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 for something that's already on other systems. We should never have to do that. Switch has been a huge seller. We're empowered by the fact that Switch is doing well. We're not at the disadvantage. So if he wants to if the Yakuza developer wants to fandangle his games in to just PlayStation, good, fine. Okay, good for you. Small golf clap for you in only PlayStation, you know? Let's see what happens if something happens to PlayStation and fan bases stop buying your game there or something like that, and then you need to rely on somebody else. We'll see how that works out for you later. You're doing okay now, but let's see how that works out for you later. What if the fan base just stops buying your games on PlayStation? Then what? You know? Where are you gonna go to next? Is the franchise gonna die? So if you want to sit there and, you know, suck up and, you know, cater everything to one fan base, and if something happens and you need somewhere else to go, and you want to go to Nintendo or you want to go to Xbox, and all of a sudden the people there don't know what that game is, you've boxed yourself into a corner. So if he wants to do that, that's fine. But nah, man, I ain't tripping over either one of those games. I ain't tripping over either one. If they bring it, they bring it. If they don't, shout outs to Kenny G. He says, "What's up, Central Valley? Salute. Let's go. Fist bumps. Let's go, Central Valley. Let's go. Arid, hot Central Valley. Let's go. Everybody here in the Central Valley, we're all fire affinity. everybody here in the Central Valley is all fire because it's hot here all the time. we're all fire blades here in the Central Valley, dude. All right. Well, let me know what you want to heat. You want to have a debate on there is no debate on Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. PhD plays. Your fetish for Shulk can't win you a debate. That's really what it comes down to. Because you can't win a debate on combat. You can't. You can try, but you're gonna bring up the same silly things you brought up this time, PhD. Voice actors. That's subjective. I'm gonna bring up orbs. I'm gonna bring up smash, launching, toppling, and all, like breaking top. I'm gonna bring up the things that clearly are better in 2. The combat system is everything 1 was and more. All you're gonna bring up is story, subjective. All you're gonna bring up is voice acting, subjective. You wouldn't win in a debate because you wouldn't win with facts, okay? It's factual that the combat with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is more complex and more in-depth than Xenoblade Chronicles 1 because it has everything Xenoblade Chronicles 1 has and more. More characters, more elements, more things to do. All you can bring up is voice actors and Shulk and your fetish for Shulk. That can't win you a debate, my boy. There's no point in debating. You've already lost. All you brought up was Rex's voice. If you change his voice to Japanese, what if somebody loves Japanese? What about Japanese users? There's subtitles. I like watching. There's nothing that you can bring up, my boy. There's nothing. There's no debate. There's no debate. There's no debate here, guys. What's there to debate? You cannot launch and topple. You cannot launch and smash people in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. You can only break and topple them. You can launch and smash them in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You cannot break element orbs have a full burst in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. You can't. You can in 2. There's nothing to debate. There's X amount of characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. You have way more with the blades in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I mean, what else? What else? There's nothing else to do. Nothing. There's nothing else. I don't debate voice actors. I don't debate stories. Like I said, there's a minimum threshold for story. There's a minimum threshold. Once it's crossed it, I don't care. It becomes irrelevant to me. The True Fire Nation. Yeah, man. I don't think the voice actors in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 are bad. And I think Torn is even better. I think Torna's voice actors are amazing. I think Torna's voice actors, just my own personal opinion, are better than Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Like Bridget, Aegeon, like Mithra, Adam, Minoth. And first of all, shout outs to Monosoft. Obviously, Monosoft, they're usually pretty, I mean, they have lots of different races and stuff in there. But shout outs to Minoth being Hispanic heritage to Minoth. I actually really like that about him. I didn't know that, because in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you can't tell by his skin color. But in Torna, you can clearly tell that he's Hispanic, which is cool. Which is really, really cool. I like that, because you don't see that a lot with a lot of Japanese games. Let's see here. You can write a 10-page essay. No, you can write a 10-page opinion. You can write a 10-page opinion with your fetish for Shulk, okay? It's subject. You can write a 10-page subjective opinion. That's what you can do. It's because you like Shulk. I watched your channel. I've seen you gush about Shulk and the story. Like, it's because you have a fetish for Shulk. That's pretty clear at this point. You cannot write a 10-page essay. And if you did, that 10 pages would be about Shulk, okay? And not about the actual combat, because your essay would stop at about a page or two, because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torna have way more elements to it. So your essay would be very thin on the combat side and heavy on the Shulk, like heavy on the, like, you know, if I was a girl, I'd probably date Shulk part. You know what I'm saying? That's what your essay would be about. It would be about Shulk, how you love his golden hair. And in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you can play as Shulk. Can you play as Rex in Xenoblade Chronicles 1? Nope. Debate lost. Can you play as Pyra Mithra? Nope. But we can play as Shulk in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Debate over. Debate over. It's over. It's over. Oh my gosh. It's over. It's over. It's over. In Xeno 2, you can play as Elma. Exactly. You can play as Elma. You can play as Shulk. You can play as Fiora. It's over. It's over. No, actually, you can play as Shulk. Actually, you can. You actually can play as Shulk in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You can play as him. You can bring him into your world as a blade. And the thing about it, that's playing as him, because in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you play, like, the blade is part of you. Like, you play as them because you do their blade combos. So you can bring him into the world outside of that battle arena. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of playing as a character. You're tethered together with that character. Now in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country, you can actually use the blades as drivers, but just because you're not using them per se with your auto attacks doesn't mean you're not using Shulk. When you're using his Monado arts, you're using him as a blade. Like when you do your special blade combos, you're using him. So yeah, you can play as Shulk because you're doing the button challenges as Shulk, like when he does his blade combos. So yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's hard to get them out. Prove all my points wrong. There is nothing wrong about my subjective opinion. All I've stated why I think one game is better than the other is because of combat, because of the advanced combat mechanics. That's all. All you've done is talk about voice actors and story and Shulk. That's all you've done. You've not said any facts. All you've said is your opinion on the story. What have you told? Can you give me some facts? Give me facts. Tell me something that is more advanced or more in depth. Like I said, I don't debate people's opinions on that. Like I said, I'm not going to debate, like in a live debate. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like with you here, give me some facts. I've played Xenoblade 1 just as much as you have, dude. There's nothing that you can tell me about Xenoblade 1 that I don't already know. So like I said, your opinion is fine. I'm not disagreeing with your, like, I don't think your opinion is wrong. Anybody who thinks Xenoblade Chronicles 1 story or whatever is better, that's fine. Even if you think Xenoblade 1 is better, that's fine. All I've talked about is if we're going to compare the games, I'm comparing the facts, you know? And I've given my opinion on my minimum threshold for story. I mean, what facts do you have with what it is outside of your opinion? Are there any facts? I've told you facts. Elements, orbs, break, topple, launch, smash, extending the driver combos, more characters to use, more, I mean, technically speaking, right? The battle challenge, more content. Like, I've given you facts. The expansion with Torna, you know, like, I need to see some facts from you for me to take this seriously. I don't think I can take this seriously with you. I think you're joking. You have to be joking because everything you've said is your opinion. And I'm not saying that your opinion is per se wrong. I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong. I'm simply telling you facts. Simply telling you facts, my boy. Let's see here. You can make a video, that's fine. I mean, but the video, once again, based on what he's saying here, is that it's going to be heavily based on opinion, on subjective, which is fine. I've given you guys my opinion, my subjective opinion on that, but I'm never gonna make a video saying Xenoblade Chronicles 2 story crushes Dragon Quest's story because I like Mithra's chest. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and make some type of weirdo video like that. You know, it's like, it's subjective. If you like Dragon Quest more story, then you like it more. If you like, I'm not gonna make a video saying Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 story is so much better than Torna because Shulk and because that's stupid. It's subjective. I'm not gonna sit there and make dumb videos like that. Those are dumb people who make videos like that. That's stupid. It's the dumbest thing. Your subjective opinion about two stories. Like, what the heck, dude? Like, come on. That's dumb. Now, if you want to compare combat and say, hey, this is the reason why I think the combat is better because you have this, this, and this, like stuff that you can do more, you know, then I get that. But like, come on, like, come on. It's like, I think Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Shulk, I really like Shulk. I love Shulk. Shulk is just the best character ever. I love Shulk. You know, like, I'm not gonna sit here and do that, man. I don't care. Like, I don't care about the story, like, whose stories, man. Like, I don't give a damn, dude. They're both good. Like, who cares, dude? It's so subjective, man. Xenoblade has a better combat system. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's once again, that's subjective. There's some elements in there, obviously, with mechs. I think you like the mechs more, but to say actual combat, there's actually more combat options, even with Xenoblade Chronicles X's mechs. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has more combat elements and like actions that you can do, because when you get inside of a mech, it doesn't really, all it does is change their attacks. It doesn't necessarily change the way combat flow works or add too much more outside of like the overdrive protocol. So there's really not even that much more to the combat when the mechs are added in, which is why they're interchangeable. I mean, you can play the game and beat it without them, or you can play it with them, or you can have a mix and match. But technically speaking, with the actual elements like depth, no, actually, I wouldn't say that there's a lot more. It's just opinion. If you feel that it's better, maybe because you like mechs, but actual combat depth, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 actually has more combat depth because of the elements and because of how things are. Xenoblade Chronicles X has the mechs, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 still has more mechanics and still has more elements to it than Xenoblade Chronicles X, even with the mechs in there, because the mechs don't change up enough for it. Now, if they added a whole new, like, let's say, like, elements to where you can add elements to the enemies and you can somehow full burst them or put them to a certain, I mean, there's certain things that you can do, right? Like, you can hold them there, like, you have, like, that binding hold where it holds them with the mechs, but I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has that as well, like with stuff like, you know, launching, you know, and things like that, where they're just like floating in the air and they're just like spinning, and then you can also smash them down to the ground as well. And then on top of that, the elements with that. So no, I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna have to disagree with that, but I don't disagree with your opinion. If you think it's better, it's better. But on a factual side, with what they can do in the combat system, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has way more elements than X. So yeah. That's my thought process. Like I said, when you compare Xenoblade games, for me, I'm not letting my personal opinion clout what's actually happening on the, like, what you're actually doing, which I think, PhD, your personal opinion is heavily subjected towards certain things more so than actually comparing it, because you like the other games way more, which is fine. It's your opinion. I don't have a problem with people saying this is way more than that. But if we're talking about being objective here, you know, and if you're talking about like a debate, then you need to bring facts to the table. You don't need to bring your passion. You need to bring facts. You're not going to see me in debate say that, you know what, well, I like Malos the most, so Malos is better than Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Like, you're never going to see me say that in a debate talking about, like, okay, well, what's factual or not? You're not going to see me say that, even though, yes, I do like Malos more than anything in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Like, when it comes to story-wise, I do like Malos more as a main protagonist than anything in Xenoblade Chronicles X and all that, but I'm not going to use that as a driving factor to why I think this game is better than X game or Y game, because it's subjective. Some people might hate Malos. You could hate Malos with all your guts, you know? So yeah. So anyway, that's my random opinion on this whole thing. Obviously, everyone's allowed to have their opinions. You guys can think whatever you want. I don't have a problem with that. But we are going to wrap this up, guys. So let's go. We'll keep it at one. We'll go for an hour and 45 because football's really getting into the thick of things here. I want to see how things are with the football team. So I'll answer questions, random questions, for about a good 5 or 6 minutes or so. We'll go for about an hour 45. So if you guys have random questions, tag me at PlayerEssence, #PlayerEssence. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you guys. Okay. So what you guys got? What you guys got for me, huh? What you guys got for me? All right, man, take it easy, bro. You got me on Twitter, my boy. You got me on Twitter. I know you're going to bring back your channel for Smash Brothers, right, dude? PhD Plays? I loved your Smash Brothers content, so I'm hoping you're going to get back into creating content on your channel for Smash, right? More, you're right. Switch to PC, more does not always mean better. You're right about that. You're right. More does not always mean better. You're right. I think Xenoblade Torn of the Golden Country definitely, I think, somewhat proves that point that more doesn't always equal better. So you're right about that. But I do feel that there is a minimum threshold to where more can be better when you're comparing one game versus another. And I think that sometimes Xenoblade Chronicles 2 does too much. Because then once you start adding tediousness to the combat, then that's when more can always be better. Now, when you remove tediousness and when you move like mundane things to the combat, like for example, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where like blades collecting core crystals, that can be mundane, that can be tedious. That's not necessarily the greatest thing. So then in Torn of the Golden Country, let's remove that whole thing, but let's still give you the elements of, fire, water, blade combos, full burst. So all the cool things from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 without all the somewhat lame things like core crystals, like somewhat lame things, right? Somewhat lame things with core crystals. So you can once you remove the tedious things, but then you still have the depth. I think that's when more can be better, but more can be bad when it gets to be annoying or when it gets to be frustrating, and that's where kind of Xenoblade 2 kind of goes into, where it gets to be somewhat frustrating at times. But Torna removes the frustrating parts about that, which is what I like. I'm an NFL fan. Yeah, I am an NFL fan. Favorite NFL game and quarterback? You mean, NFL football game? Probably NFL, like Madden 2005. And my favorite quarterback of all time is like a tie between like Joe Montana, Steve Young, and Colin Kaepernick. Do I think Dragalia Lost content is more averse than Xenoblade Chronicles 1? I haven't played Dragalia Lost enough yet to even know that or not. I don't know, dude. Do you recommend to play Xenoblade Chronicles X? Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, have you played Torna yet? I need to know, what else have you played? Have you played Torna? Have you played Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Black Guy 4698? That's exactly what the NFL stands for. Nachos, flour, and lettuce. Nachos, flour, and lettuce. Who wants Lyn in Xenoblade 2? Lyn? Thank you, Center says, do you think Gen 2 through 5 will be a style for Let's Go? I think if Let's Go is really successful, yeah, they'll do remakes of the other ones, yeah. Now I want tacos. Yeah, I'm gonna have some veggies and chicken strips. And a little bit of rice. A little bit of whole grain rice, veggies, and chicken strips. I don't have any pizza for today. I need to go to which is unfortunate, but I've already eaten pizza twice this week. So I think I'm good. So I'm gonna have some chicken strips and veggies and some little bit of bacon bits, just a tiny bit. Bought that rice cooker yet? No, I haven't bought the rice cooker yet because my mom came by and brought me a really big pot of rice. So once she did that, I was like, oh, well, I don't need the rice cooker for this week. So maybe I'll buy it next week because the rice is almost ran out. It's almost out. But she got it for me last week. Actually, it was during a live stream. She brought me, I don't know if you guys were watching that live stream, but she brought me some rice and some soup and some chicken. I think it was last week. Where do I get the shirts that I wear in my videos, like the Akatsuki shirt? I got the Akatsuki shirt on Amazon. I get all of my shirts that I wear for my videos, I usually get on Amazon. My mom's awesome. Yeah, my mom's really awesome. You guys can, if you haven't seen some of my mom's intuition and how awesome my mom is, check out my video and say, just type in my mom into my channel, and you'll see my mom's video with Mario Bros 2. So yeah, my mom is awesome. She's the best mom in the world. Why don't I have a rice cooker? I just don't have one. I'll get one soon. I will get one soon. She confirmed the new game. She confirmed Mario 2, so Mario 2 is coming, guys. Don't worry, it's coming. She's confirmed it. Let's see, Ding Boom Center says, questions, what game will be announced at the Game Awards? Mother 3 or Metroid Prime Trilogy? Probably not Mother 3. Metroid Prime Trilogy could be, or there could be more than that. Artist Akira says, what's up, OJ? Just wanted to say what's before I start working. What's up, man? Ding Boom Center, you have a lot of questions, dude. Will your family play you in Smash Bros. Ultimate? Probably not. OJ, NFL game with Xeno characters made by Monolith Soft? No. Okay, I think at this point you guys are done. You guys are done with the questions, so I'm starting to get really weird questions, guys. So we'll wrap it up for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the donations. Appreciate that. Going down the leaderboard here once again, Christian Kunani, Top Ninja for the week, starting out the week really strong with the Toby Blaster. Also, shout outs to once again Top Ninja for the stream as well. Appreciate that, guys. Make sure you guys check out some stuff before we go. I do have quite a number of different videos that have already been up on the channel for this week. So if you have not checked out my videos, please make sure you do so. I am going to link you guys. Shout outs. We had over 100 viewers this whole time on NFL Sunday. So shout outs, guys. Appreciate that. I'm going to link you guys to some of the videos on my channel, my video page. Please make sure you guys check out that. I got a Xenoblade video. So if you're into Xenoblade, I do have a video that I did about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. In addition to a bunch of other stuff. So it's on my main channel. You guys bookmark it. And also make sure that you guys hit this little tab with my hit the little notification button, the little bell icon. Hit the bell icon so you get notifications pushed to your phone or to your mobile devices, guys. I would really like to get the view counts up on the standard videos. A lot of you guys aren't even getting them. You guys are getting notifications for live streams, but you guys aren't getting notifications for my regular videos. I've had a number of people tell me I don't even see your videos in my subscription feed. So make sure you guys check out the video page, bookmark it, hit the notification bell, do what you can. I think I've been putting out some really cool content, but it seems like you guys aren't watching it as much. So make sure you guys check that out. Like I said, I already got a number of videos up. Monolith Soft. We've got some Metroid Prime 4 at the Game Awards stuff. So I know Dinkum Center was talking about that. We've got The World Ends With You 2. So if you want The World Ends With You 2 or 22, I have a video where I talked about that. Also, Yokai Watch 3, kind of leading the groundwork to Yokai Watch 4. I think a lot of you guys didn't see that video. I did that a few days ago. So make sure you guys check that out. Also, Arena of Valor gameplay as well that was up on the channel. So quite a number of things. Quite a number of things. So check out the channel when you guys get the opportunity. Really do appreciate that. Really do. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And we will see you guys for the next live stream. We'll be back live with PE Live on Monday. Peace out, guys. Enjoy the NFL or enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, be the best that you can be. Don't worry about what other people have to say. Just be the best that you can be. Worry about what you need to do to take care of your stuff for the day, you know, and be kind to everybody else. Be kind to your fellow brothers and sisters and everybody out there. And you should be good. You should be good, you know, whatever endeavors that you want to get into. So thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate that. See you guys for the next one. Peace.